Disney After Dark. Hello, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to start a new video series, which is a Disney book review series. Honestly, I have no idea how well this series will go. I hope it goes good. I wanted to start this because I know when I first started to read, or before I started to read, I wanted to read books, but my interest in topic was very small. Obviously I only like Disney stuff. Okay, I like other things besides Disney, but it's mostly Disney stuff. So what I wanted to do is make a video series of telling you Disney books that you should read, or Disney themed books that you should read. Let me close that. Actually, the funny thing is, the books that got me into reading is my favorite book series, which is the Kingdom Keeper series. I absolutely adore this book series. So I thought that would be a great start to the first video in the Disney book series review. It's not exactly a review, it's just like, hey, you should read this kind of thing with a little bit fun facts in between. Ta-da! Kingdom Keepers. This is actually the first cover of Kingdom Keepers Book 1, Disney After Dark, that came out. I have all 3 copies, all 3 autographed, signed by the author, Ridley Pearson. Ta-da! Ta-da! I got this sign at the Shell game signing. The second book cover of it is this one. Ta-da! This is the first one I bought. Actually, I bought the one in the middle. It's kind of destroyed because I went through like 4 or 5 different people. So yeah, it is like pretty destroyed, but still readable. So I love it. I don't hand this one out to anyone else. Besides me, this is the one I only read. If someone wants to borrow my book to read, they have to borrow this one and they cannot destroy it because it is very hard to get this cover of the book now. And the last cover of it, which everyone probably is more familiar with, is this one. Buy the book. Actually, let me give you a reason why to buy the book. Because there's nothing better. So what exactly is the Kingdom Keepers series? The Kingdom Keepers book series is the story about 5 kids who serve as hologram hosts at the Disney parks at Walt Disney World in Florida by daytime. And then by nighttime they wake up as their holograms inside the Disney parks, and they have to stop the Disney villains from taking over and destroying the parks and getting rid of all good magic within them. Well, doesn't that sound like an interesting story? I really wish it was a movie. Really wish it was a movie. However, I highly doubt Disney would make it into a movie, but there is still hope. So Ridley Pearson actually got offered by Disney to write this book series. They were like, oh hey, you write murder mysteries, can you do something like mystery-ish kind of, but for kids with the Disney parks? And he was like, okay, sure, you just gotta give me full access to all your theme parks. And they were like, ooh, we'll get back to you on that. And then of course, I got back to him and they were like, okay, you can do it. Without Disney saying yes to this and him writing it, I would not have my favorite book series ever, and I would not have been into reading like I am now. I actually grew up with these books, and I grew up with the characters because the characters throughout the series go from being 13 to in college. College is like the last book. And the new series. Oh wait, did I forget to mention there's a new series? The Kingdom Keepers book series has a total of 7 books, 2 bonus books, and a follow-up series, which are going to be a total of 3 more books, which is called the Disneyland series. I made a video about that earlier. You can check that out. I'll put the links to that in the description down below, and hopefully somewhere right here on the screen. And there's so many cool things about the book that makes you love it so much, and makes people, I feel like, it makes me want to read it. I've reread these books like 100 times. I'll reread them. It's like the only thing I would possibly reread. Okay, I reread other things, but this book series, I've reread it so many times. It's like watching a movie again. Like, they go into the parks at night. I don't want to spoil too much, but the park really just comes to life, and the Disney characters, good and bad, are walking up and down Main Street, and then they go on It's a Small World, and imagine It's a Small World. After dark, lights are off, no one's there, and it just comes to life. Disney magic, guys. So what I want to do is redo the first page of the book, so maybe you get a feel of what's going on, or what is it really about, and hopefully you go and buy it. He found himself standing next to the flagpole in Town Square, in the heart of the Magic Kingdom, in his pajamas. How had he got in here? He had no idea. His last memory was climbing into bed. It felt like only minutes earlier. Gripped by the sense of panic and awed by the sight of the Cinderella Castle at night, Finn Whitman briefly recalled he had other similar dreams. Recently in the Magic Kingdom, always at night. But in his 13 years, none so real, none so vivid as this. He felt a breeze on his face. He smelled the wet earth of flower beds not far away. He heard the distant whine of the traffic and the buzz of a motorboat on the lake behind him. It looks so different, he thought, only to realize he spoke out loud. Main Street stood empty, not a person in sight. He glanced around quickly to see he was all alone. Not so different as all that, came a man's voice. Though faint, it startled Finn. He looked around again, trying to find the voice. There, an old guy with white hair on a bench in front of the exposition hall. He sat so close to a seated sculpture of Goofy, Finn hadn't noticed him. Finn moved towards the man crossing the empty street. He felt unusually light, almost buoyant. The old man wore khakis, a collar shirt, and a name tag named Wayne. "Where is everybody?" Finn asked, struck by the electronic sound of his voice. "Is it empty?" the man asked, looking up anxiously. "Tell me what you see." Finn wondered if the old guy was blind. He seemed to be looking right at Finn. His blue eyes looked so perfectly normal. Still, maybe he couldn't see. "Well," Finn said politely, "it's like empty, and it's dark out, and it's just the two of us?" Wayne's expression changed to disappointment. "What am I supposed to see exactly?" Finn asked. "You're only supposed to see what you can see." "Whatever that means," Finn said. "It means exactly what it says, if you say so." "Listen, young man, I've been around here since long before any of them were created. I live in the apartment above the fire station." He pointed right at the firehouse and then looked back at Finn. "That takes some seniority, believe me." "Seniority or sincerity?" Finn doubted. "Well, that's all I'm gonna read. I read you a little bit more than just the first page. I was gonna read you the first chapter, but I don't want to read the whole thing. I'd rather you read the books. And if you like me reading the first chapter, maybe I'll do that for each and every book." There you go. Please let me know if this video was helpful. I would really like your feedback. And if you read the books, heard of the books, and want to read the books, or you read them because of this video, please put down in the comments what you thought about them, or any other thoughts about Kingdom Keepers. I'm open to talk about Kingdom Keepers whenever you want. So that's it, really. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And if you're interested in purchasing these books, I have the links in the description down below. So click on those, buy the books, read them. If you want to look up ebooks, I'll have everything in general down below. And until next time, have a magical day. Bye!